shutters made it through unscathed. Just there's a little touch up I want to do on that one over there in particular.
Okay. Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition, a Jack Wolf Cyborg rendition, if you will. Super excited about this. This is the Jack Wolf Cyborg, sent from Brandon Thrasher. Now, Donnie B All Day, that's his channel name, Donnie B All Day, D-Bad, has a review of this. I'll put a link in the description for you. Check it out. And big shout out to him for sending it on to me. Huge shout out to Brandon Thrasher. Man, I've been wanting to check out Jack Wolf for a long time. Thrasher's Garage. Check those two guys out. Awesome brothers in the blade. Now, we're going to jump right into this because I'm super stoked about this knife and about this review. The leather pouch that you've seen up front, I think, I'm not sure if it came with a knife or not. I didn't pay any attention. And you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I don't look stuff up. So, Brandon, if you would, put where you got that pouch, because the pouch is a little leather slippy. Get you slide the slip joint in, put it in your pocket. Man, it's dope. It's beautiful, kind of a greenish leather. Really well done. Now, on to the knife. Before we get too far into the knife, though, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Stats are all over the place. You know that. That's why the number we focus on here is 0. All right, anything above 0 is simply unacceptable. And all that means, vets, is you're welcome here. You have a place here. And we want to raise awareness on that 22 a day. It's incredible that people still are not aware of that, but that's why we do it. That's all it is, raising awareness and letting vets know you have a place here. We're back to blue over here with Sport Leo, to the chagrin of many. Wears people out, don't care. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. Pretty easy. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. All right, so here's the deal, guys. This is just a straight up old school choir boys outdoors demonstration. Here's the balance point of the knife. You're going to see me do this a couple times. It was very easy to find the balance point. Now, if you follow the channel at all, you know I'm just now getting into slip joints. I've been wanting to try out one of these Jack Wolves for a long time. It is on my list to get. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm not asking anybody to get me one, Jacob. Not asking. But it is on my list, okay? I adore this knife. This is a cut above. That's what I'm going to tell you about it. Let's discuss some stats, and then we'll just kind of get into the thought process behind the video and so on in the knife. It is the Jack Wolf Cyborg. It's made from M390 steel. I'm a huge fan of that steel. It has micarta scales, and I believe they're kind of an olive green. Really gorgeous. Feels tremendous in hand. The leather pouch, I mentioned that. And Brandon, again, if you would, buddy, put where you got that from. And if it comes with it, or you can get it from Jack Wolf, let me know. Now, guys, what I'm going to do in the description is I'm going to post a link to their website. This not an affiliate link, nothing like that, but go check out what they have, man. They've got some absolutely gorgeous blades, and Brandon was gracious enough to send this one and 2 more, the Low Drag and the Venom, I believe, and I am super fired up. The Cyborg has an overall length of 6 7/8, a blade length of about 3 inches, a cutting edge of about 2 5/8, okay? The blade width at its widest point is 3/4. Now, I pulled all of this with a tape measure. I didn't look it up, and I'll explain that in a minute. The handle length is 3 7/8. Now, here's the deal. Usually, I give an inner grip length. There's no need on this. It's a slip joint pocket knife. I was going to say pocket Vic's blade. It's not that, is it? It is a slip joint. It has an open inner grip. I could handle the knife very comfortably. Now, on a knife this size, you're going to have to alter your grip anyway. All right? You just are. I want you guys to pay attention to how well this knife handled. I'm not just talking about the edge. The edge came in very sharp. Very sharp. I want you to watch how much we cut. Now you say, Scab, you cut a bunch every video. I do, and there's a reason for that. it's not always just to show you, hey, this knife is sharp, or hey, this knife came in sharp. It's to show you the different ways you can hold the knife, the way you got to manipulate the knife. Shit, I can't speak. How you hold the knife, how you move the knife, how you handle the knife, okay? We're going to go to the pinch grip in a few minutes because this is a longer video. I'm going to explain that opening to you a little bit. But I just want to say this. This knife is a cut above. It is everything I thought it would be. The balance point is phenomenal. It came in sharp. There's no hot spots in the handle. It's got a beautiful sharpening choil. Now, where I do need some help, some of you guys that have these, I'm trying to develop a scale for the pull. It's got a pretty good walk and talk from what I can tell. My pull, I would give this a good 6, okay? It's not incredibly hard to pull. It's not incredibly easy. It's just a good medium 6. But you guys let me know. Like I said, it's probably going to take me 7 or 8 months to develop that. Now, backing up, and if you would, just stop the video where it's at. Go back about 45 seconds. Cutting that 2-inch toe strap sideways like that. This is one of the few knives that's ever gotten all the way through it just about, okay? Most of the times I have to cut it 3 and 4 times and then pick it up. This knife went straight through it. That means the tip is uber sharp. Now, I cut as much as I could. Why? I've never dealt with this brand before. Never held it. I've seen it. I've lusted after it. Going to be honest with you. And again, a lot of times, and I don't know how you guys are, a lot of times, if I'm looking at a knife and I really, man, I'm just into that knife, I haven't held it yet, haven't seen it yet, inevitably, there's disappointment. I can tell you with this knife, I'm more excited about it now and the brand. Just, it's all well done, and I don't have a lot of details. Again, if you follow the channel, guys, that's not what I do. Obviously, we don't sit around and talk about the knives, got nothing against it. I don't have the knife acumen to do that yet. We're leading up to that. We're building up to that. What I can do, now watch how thin. Look at that. That's insane, dude. What I can do is use a knife. Okay? So that's why we demonstrate the knives the way we do. I don't do it. I'm not one of these guys, oh, use every knife. No. This is the way I review knives. It's the way I demonstrate knives. And I try to do it in a manner and cut enough materials in different mediums that if this is the first time watching my channel, you can go, well, I don't cut industrial mediums, but I do cook with it. I do bushcraft. I do cut apples, fishing line, etc. Just take these demonstrations. They're not tests. We don't do shit scientifically. We cut stuff. That's not scientific, right? And just swap out what you do for this. If it can handle this industrial strength stuff, and everything you see here, guys, I'm a sandblast powder coater type guy. I work in an industrial setting, so I'm also a scavenger. All these hoses, all the toe straps, all the rope, everything you see is used in an industrial commercial setting. This is stuff, and I find stuff that's beat up and used and broke. That's what I do. I don't steal shit. I just take stuff off the job site that we're going to throw away. This is rope that we actually tie to rails and pull them up the sides of building, balcony rails and stuff to put them in. The one thing I was going to say about this knife that I absolutely love outside of the handle is the edge geometry, okay? You're going to see me do a lot of slicing, Now, no, I know you're not supposed to baton with a pocket knife. I get it. Now, let's watch this right here. Hopefully, I didn't screw this part up, and I may have. There it is. Thank you, Scab. Finally edited worth of shit. Now, look at those little thin slices right there. This one, I don't know if you'd ever do this in the wild. I really don't, but I like doing it, and it's fun. And 99% of the reason I do this shit is fun, just to be honest with you. This is one of those knives, man, that I could play with all day. I'm just being honest with you. I wanted to talk to you about the opening. We did a pinch grip and we did an old man grip and we sliced the bottom. Missed a couple times, but got it pretty good. I like doing that with slip joints. There's a lot of nostalgia with slip joints. I remember a lot of old men growing up with slip joints. I worked in bars for a long time. And when I started, a lot of guys carried them and they would do that pinch grip. Okay. They would run that finger down that blade, and if there was a problem, I've only seen it twice. And it's when you see somebody go to work with one of them like that, if it's a problem, you don't want to see it again. But that's where I picked it up. So I like kind of doing that. It's a little nostalgic. It's fun. And this thing is a wicked slicer. But again, look at the thin slices. There's the pull. And again, guys, tell me what you think the pull is if you own one of these. If you don't, well, you can't speak on it. But if you have one, just, hey, Scab, I think it's this. I think it's this. I'll make some notes. And I really want to get that down. I'm really wanting to up my game on the slip joints because I'm enjoying the shit out of using them. Now, this one comes with a pretty good sharpening choil, and I was just saying we're going to try to go right between them. I like doing this just to stick. I call it the poke and slice. It's just a good way. You can see the blade slide. You can see it work. And anybody that uses a pocket knife, if you really think about it, I mean, if you really think about all that we cut the hoses, we cut toe strap, we do a lot of wood whittling, we cut plastic, we cut rope, we cut everything that you would need on a day-to-day basis, and this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. I am a sucker for a clip point. We're working more on our fat wood. Next weekend, not this upcoming, but the next, we're going to Blackie Thomas's. I'm super stoked, so I got to put my fat wood, my lighter knot slicing into gear and get this bag filled up. But you can see the slight shavings just coming down. I was really, really impressed with that. Now, we went straight from this into slicing a little piece of paper. Now, I stayed with this a good while. Just to be honest with you, I did it a little longer. Just to show you the knife work. And I don't know what the hell I was doing there. There ain't no telling. But, again, shout out to Thrasher's Garage. Shout out to Donnie B all day. Hell, shout out to Jack Wolf's Knives. These things are badass, man. I'm just telling you. It feels different in hand than other slip joints. It's comfortable in hand. It works insanely well. And it right here, we're just processing up wood. I'm serious, man. I kept, I think, 2 or 3 minutes of this. But I did that for a reason. One, I probably sat at this damn table for 30 minutes doing this. Just kind of got lost in it and then realized, oh shit, the camera's going. Now you can see the fuzzies there. And so I edited it down and got it into more of a workable type thing. I was going to hit it with my fist and I didn't want to mess the table up. So why do we do light batoning? Here's honestly the truth. Part of this thing is to watch the knife work, but part of it is seriously to get this fat wood ready. I like to take the slices of fat wood, lighter knot that you guys send, and I like to process them down. Look at that thin. But see the two under the knife right there? I like keeping me a stack, probably 15 to 20 of them, put a rubber band around those, throw them in the backpack, throw them in any kind of, haversack, whatever. That way I got them if I need them. And I promise you, just one of those, you see the two laying on the table, just one of those will start any kind of fire you need. I highly recommend, and you say, Scab, we don't have lighter knot in our area. I get it. You know who does? Lowe's and Home Depot. They really do. Go get you some sticks, process them down. Back to the knife. We got about a minute left. Here's my thoughts. A year and a half ago, a year ago, hell, 8 months ago, this is a review that I wouldn't have done. It's not that I didn't like slip joints. It's that I was nervous about showing the skill set, and we talked about it the other day, putting the skill set from everyday use to film. And I'm still not there. There's some things I got to work on. Now remember too, guys, that fat wood's some sticky, icky stuff. We go straight from slicing the fat wood to cutting this paper. This edge still is good. I'm going to strop it up, spray it down, get it ready, and I'll probably do a short with it and just put the sharpness out there. It came sharp. Very, very good working edge. That sticky stuff has more to do with it not cutting than anything. And you can still see every now and then it'll catch a good slice. So the edge geometry is still on point. Beautiful knife. Well done. The thing you got to remember is this, though, guys. I'm Scab. You're not. Man, I love y'all. Killer knife.